Failure is rarely the result of bad luck. It stems from an invisible factor slipping through your fingers every single day. Consider two people of the same age and background starting with the exact same opportunities. 5 years later, their lives look nothing alike. One is focused and disciplined, living out a plan. The other is still making excuses, trapped in a cycle of waiting for the perfect moment to start. Neither talent nor intelligence separated these two destinies. The divergence was built entirely by the weight of their small, daily choices. Daniel had high ambitions for freedom and success, but his mornings told a different story. He spent his first waking hours scrolling through a phone and delaying his actual work. He watched others succeed from the sidelines. This state of inaction felt deceptively normal, even safe. Every night he relied on the same internal promise: he would finally begin tomorrow. That sense of security allowed his future potential to slowly and silently erode. Daniel eventually realized his lack of progress had nothing to do with the difficulty of his goals. Instead, he had been systematically opting for the path of least resistance. The brain seeks immediate pleasure. When faced with a choice, neural signals default to the path of least effort. Progress requires rejecting that default and deliberately pushing through a barrier of mental resistance. Choosing the easy path has a hidden cost, trading your long-term future for a few moments of present comfort. Recognizing this trade-off is the necessary starting point for anyone trying to break a cycle of stagnation. Daniel decided to test this by making one specific, manageable decision. He would embrace pure discomfort for exactly 10 minutes. He set strict parameters: 10 minutes of deep work, with no devices, with no distractions, and no excuses to walk away. Within minutes, his brain began to protest. It craved stimulation and begged him to quit, labeling the work as boring and unnecessary. But he sat still. He acknowledged the internal noise and refused to let it dictate his actions. Completing those 10 minutes provided a small but vital proof of concept. It demonstrated that he could override his immediate impulses in favor of his goals. He repeated the process. 10 minutes became 20, then 30. Over weeks and months, these small intervals began compounding. As the habit took hold, Daniel's identity shifted. He stopped being a passive observer and became a person who takes action. The trajectory of a life is shaped by these repeatable daily habits, rather than a handful of dramatic, high-stakes events. Real transformation occurs in these unglamorous moments, choices you make when no one is there to applaud. You are currently facing a choice between two distinct paths: the comfortable one or the difficult one. The equations are simple. Opting for ease now creates a deficit you will pay back with interest later. Accepting the friction now is an investment in your future success. When you tell yourself, "I'll do it later," you are making a choice that actively shapes your long-term reality. Choosing the easy path ensures your current situation remains unchanged, but choosing discomfort, even for a few minutes, initiates the only process that can actually alter your life. The choice is yours.